this video, I'm going to tell you how I did on my no spend month. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, we talk about credit, budgeting, student loans, and everything in between. Last month, I was telling you how I had overspent on my August budget and that I was going to do a no spend month. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you how I did. Now, first I want to say, when I say overspent on my budget, I really don't necessarily mean overspent on my budget. What I really mean is I budgeted my money, and so I paid all the bills. And then after I paid all the bills, I had a certain amount of money left over. And opposed to me doing like the zero-based budget, I kind of just spent the money. Now, if you've been watching my videos, I had paid off over $5,000 in credit card debt back in June. And so my stretch goal is to pay off my car. And so really, like, when you're doing budgets, for me, so I can only speak for myself, you know, you want to create goals. I like to create goals for myself. And so this is a stretch goal to pay my car off by the end of the year. So, you know, when you have goals for yourself, sometimes you have to cut back on a few things. And so I guess I really didn't cut back on anything, especially for the month of August. And so I said for the month of September, I was going to do a no spend month. Well, you know how you spend a little bit here and a little bit there, and then sometimes life happens. So remember last month I was saying I had to get my car worked on. That was like over $600. And then I had to get my roof fixed, and that was $150. So that was over $700. Plus this month, for the month of August, I had to get some more work done on my car. So, you know, like, if you really don't plan, you know what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so you really want to have a plan for your money. And by me kind of overspending on the extra money that I have, it doesn't help me to get to my goals fast. So that's what I really mean by overspending. So how did I do on my no spend month? Now, I'm probably sure that I shouldn't have called it a no spend month, because I actually, in my last video, I said I was going to do a zero-based budget and I was going to allocate me money for certain categories. So the main categories that I'm going to be talking about today are restaurants, gas, and grocery store. So I did my regular budget, and so I do a bi-weekly budget. So I did 2 budgets for the month. And you'll have to actually check out my last video that I did, because in October, if you get paid bi-weekly like me, you'll get paid 3 times for the month. So I have already started budgeting for that, so that I can, you know, like I said, I have a plan. You know, on this channel, we always like to have a plan for our money, even if sometimes kind of, you know, go a little bit off of the plan a little bit. So that's why you gotta have a plan. So this is how I broke it down. So first, I gave myself $240 for the grocery store, $100 for restaurants, $60 for gas. So that equaled up to $400. So like I said, I don't think it was a traditional no spend month, but how many days, drop down in the comments and let me know, how many days do you think that I did actually no spending at all? All right, I'm about to tell you. Okay, so a total of 8 days. I had actually no spending for a total of 8 days out of 30. Like I said, I had $240 for the grocery store, $100 for restaurants, and $60 for gas. So a total of $400. Now, let's get down to the breakdown of how I spent that $400. Well, first I think I'm going to tell you how much I spent on total. So I said I had $400 to spend on those 3 categories. And I actually spent $508.28. Now, here's the breakdown. I spent $248.05 at the grocery store, $133.99 at the restaurant, and I'll put gas in there too. So where did I spend the $88? $88.22 to be exact. Drop down in the comments and let me know, where do you think I spent that $88.22? Now, you guys know that I had an addiction to those Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. And so I actually spent $88 at Starbucks. How many times do you think I went to Starbucks? I went to Starbucks 9 times and spent $88.22. And so that's on average about $9 and some change. But you got to think, 9 times at Starbucks in a 30-day period. I mean, how many times? I don't know. It's like you can go to Starbucks almost like every single day. Well, but I did it 9 times. Because the first 2 weeks, you guys, I don't know. I was just going crazy the first 2 weeks. And then the last 2 weeks, I think I finally snapped into it. And I got on board and did it the right way. So the last time that I had the Starbucks Twix Frappuccino was on September the 19th. And then the last time that I ate out was September, I want to say the 21st, but I'm going to put it on the screen. So that was the last time that I ate out. So it's been 11 days since I had one of the Twix Frappuccinos and about 8 days since I ate out. So I've been going to the grocery store and I've been cooking at home, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, most so lunch and dinner. Usually I don't eat in the morning and I don't usually eat until about noon. And then I eat dinner. That means that I overspent by $108.28. Now, is it me, or does it seem like groceries are really expensive these days? I mean, nothing is on sale at the grocery store. So, I mean, I really, I guess I'm trying to make an excuse. But the groceries are expensive. It seems like nothing is on sale. And then, you guys, I have been drinking the Simply Lemonade. It is so good. And, yeah, so I overspent by $108.28. Don't judge me too bad. But in the grand scheme of things, $108.28, I guess it's not too bad. But like I said in the beginning of the video, you know, that $108, I could have used that to make an additional payment on the car. My note is $260, but I have been making a $400 payment for the past couple months. So then that meant I could have made a $508 payment, and that would have got me closer to my goal. So that's really what I'm meaning when I'm saying overspending. When I'm overspending in some areas, that takes away in other areas, and it can make me take longer to reach my goal. Now, if you're a single person, drop down in the comments, or just anybody, if you're watching this video, drop down in the comments and let me know, how do you budget for your food in your restaurant? I don't know. Being one person, it's just me here at the house. You know, sometimes I say it's easier to eat out since it's just me here. But I can say, you know, sometimes you can say you can eat out because you can eat something different. But I go to the same places pretty much all the time. Like, here in Nashville, or Antioch, they have 2 Slim and Husky's. So I went to Slim and Husky's one day. I went to Chick-fil-A. I went to this place called Angelo's, and then I'm going to Starbucks. So I pretty much go to the kind of the same places all the time. So I can't say that that's the reason why I don't want to cook, but at least I don't have to wash the dishes, because I would say the last 2 weeks, oh my gosh, I'm just like, it's just all these dishes and it's just me. But I guess it's better to go to the grocery store and maybe save a little bit more that way than eating out. I don't know. I have kind of went back and forth on this for years, because it's just like, y'all, one time, like years and years ago, probably for like, I know over 6 months, I had ate out every single day, probably like lunch and dinner, and sometimes breakfast, for like 6 months. But you know, when it's just you, I don't know. So drop down in the comments and let me know, how do you budget for your food in your restaurant? Well, if you have made it this far, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so that you can get the new content when it comes out. Y'all, don't judge me too bad, but I'm just telling the truth. This is how I spend my money this month. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and drop down in the comments and leave me some comments and let me know, how did you do on your budget this month? And thanks for watching.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.